This movie was an A plus, man. Really. It was so gold and it was so funny that I give it an A. Anyways, though, the movie opens up with them at their houses. Yeah. Cheech gets ready for the day, that sort of stuff. Chong, however, his dad kept pushing him to get a job because he's unemployed and all he does is smoke weed all day and he just sits around the house and takes up space. So he tells him get a job or move out, and Chong flips him off and moves out with his stuff. But eventually his car breaks down, so Cheech picks him up on the highway, and then they begin talking and how he compliments him on his car and how it looks nice and stuff. And eventually Chong pulls out this big, massive, gigantic joint, and it's not like one of those little small joints that you see around, but it's something that he would have rolled himself at home, with a big amount of paper and a big amount of weed. But yeah, he pulls out this big joint and they begin lighting up and smoking it. And eventually they're on the side of the road and these cops come. And this is not good. These cops come and then they get their names and everything. And Chong accidentally gave Cheech some LSD, so he was laughing his head off at the time. And they get to the courtroom and they were actually released and sent back home. But before that, though, Cheech went up and grabbed the judge's drink because Chong was thirsty, and he took a drink of it and spit it out right on the guard. He spit it on the police guard. And he said, "It's vodka, man." Well, he said the F word as well, but I don't want to repeat that on camera here. So, it's effing vodka, man. That was funny. But either ways, then they get home, and this is where the whole point of the movie comes in. What they gotta do, they're looking for a lid, aka an ounce of weed. So, if any of you don't know what an ounce of weed's name is, it's called a lid, just to let you know. It's called a lid. He says, "We gotta go score a lid, man." So they go over to their cousin Strawberry's house, and, they go to Strawberry's house, and they try to get some of that good old weed, but, Cheech and Chong, they just, Strawberry didn't have any, or I don't know what happened. He flipped out on one of his Vietnam trips, they said, or something. And the cops were there. These cops, too, they're hilarious. These other cops that are in there, it's hilarious. But they are absolute idiots, and they absolutely make this movie. But, the cops are there, and they bust his pad and take everyone except Cheech and Chong to jail. And they show up again later. Eventually, they, get to the border. They get deported down to Mexico. And, they get a job to get back into America because they don't have green cards, So, they have to drive this van made out of marijuana through the border, and they almost get caught. Chong had his joint that he rolled still lit, and they were at the border there waiting to get checked, and Cheech was begging him, "Throw it out, man, throw it out." So Chong, knowing him, he just keeps inhaling the thing, and when he keeps bugging him, then he sticks his hand out the window and throws it across, and then it lands on the nuns in their car. So the cops and the police dog and everyone go after the nuns, and they rip through their stuff and try to find more weed, even though they technically did not have any. This is hysterical. And, yeah, after that, the cops were chasing him again on the highway as well, and then he tried to get him to shoot the tires out, but the idiot shot his own tire out instead. And that was hysterical. Yeah, so then they're stuck on the side of the road, and Cheech and Chong go, and they pick up these two chicks on the road, so, and they let them know that they're on the way to this rock show, and Cheech and Chong, who want to be a band someday, they take the chicks to the rock show and begin to write a tune, you know? Like, and they get there, and they actually suck at first, like, because everybody hated them, but then that van that was made out of weed accidentally got its gas tank busted, so... And then eventually it got lit, so all the smoke came out, and everyone got high, including the cops, so... You can already guess how that movie ended. They won the rock show, and... they got the money, you know, and the cops, they eventually became stoners. Like in the next movie, they are, the main sergeant guy becomes a stoner and smokes the weed. So, how hypocritical of him. You know? But the other cops, they just convince him to just go with it, because it's too late once you're already like that, they say, but yeah. It was an interesting movie and a really funny one, but it was really funny. That's all for today, I guess.